morning to all. So good morning to one and all. So in the previous class we have seen the different DC voltmeters and AC voltmeters. So in today's class we will see so what are the voltmeters which are used. Voltmeters using steady state, solid state voltmeters. So the voltmeters are using op amps. By using operational amplifiers, we will construct the voltmeters, and similarly using amplifiers, we will construct the voltmeters. So those concepts we will see today. So the first one, so I am sharing this. Are you visible my presentation? Anyone is respond? Hello? Hello, please respond anyone. Presentation is PPT is presenting to you. Okay. And today's topic is solid state and differential voltmeters. Solid state. So the first one is solid state voltmeter. So in the previous classes we are seeing the construction of the DC voltmeter. So considering a basic meter and connecting a multiplier, so we will get the DC voltmeter. So in this case, so here this is voltage divider network. This voltage divider network. So this voltage divider network, from see here, this is the plus sign. So here, and this is the minus sign. So in between we will apply the unknown voltage, the voltage which is to be measured. So applied between these two terminals, or these two terminals are connected to the where we have to find the voltage across an element. Okay, so and there is a switch is there, selection switch. So with this selection switch, we can select the range of voltages from 10 millivolts to 100 millivolts, 1 volt, 10 volt, and 100 volts. So from this range we can choose the range of the voltage what we have to measure. Okay, so this is voltage divider network, which will provide the voltage drops across this one, and that voltage drop is appeared to the. So here we are using the op amp. Op amp here we are using as a voltage gain. So to get the higher voltage gain, so we will prefer the op amp. So it is having high input impedance and low output impedance, and the output side of the op amp is connected to the meter, and the input is connected to the voltage divider network. Okay, so here this op amp is connected in non-inverting mode. This op amp is connected in non-inverting mode. So here this is R4 resistor. R4 resistor is used to limit the current flowing through the meter, and we can also adjust the different values of the gain of the op amp with this R4 resistor. So it is a variable potentiometer. So with this variable potentiometer, we can adjust the gain of the op amp, and also it will limits the current flowing through the meter. Okay, so we can adjust the R4 to get the maximum current flowing through the meter. Okay, and here uh, this resistance 100 kilo ohms resistance R2 and R1 1k. So these are connected to the negative input of the op amp, negative terminal of the op amp. So the gain of the op amp here, the gain of the op amp is, because it is connected in non-inverting mode, the it is connected in non-inverting mode, so the gain of the op amp is 1 plus Rf by R1. So Rf is R2 resistance, 1 plus Rf by 1 plus Rf by R1. So whereas Rf is the 100 kilo ohms and R1 is the 1k. So with that we will get the 101. The gain value of the op amp, this one is 101. So 101. Okay. So here uh, 0.1 microfarad is connected in parallel with the 100 kilo ohms. So because of the, to cancel the stray pickups, to cancel the or to make the stability of the op amp with the stray pickups. Okay, this op amp, this capacity is used to provide the stability of the op amp under the stray pickups. So if there is any capacitor and the capacitor type stray pickups will be there, those will be nullified. With that, we can get the stability of the op amp. And so here we have another two diodes are connected. So these two diodes are connected for the safety of the op amp, for the safety, for the, suppose any voltage is getting higher voltage, this voltage is flowing through this diode. Suppose the applied voltage is positive voltage, so it is going in this direction, and the IC is safe. I mean the functionality of the op amp is safe. Protection, IC protection purpose, we are using these diodes. Okay. So generally we can use this is used for 100 millivolts, 100 millivolts, 1 volt, 10 volt, 100 volts, up to 100 volts we can measure with this voltmeter. And coming to next one, it is a differential voltmeter. So differential voltmeter, it mainly consists of this is basics. This is the basic structure of the. This is the basic differential measurement. So basic arrangement for the differential measurement of the voltage. So here we will having uh, reference voltage and a potentiometer, reference voltage, a potentiometer, a null indicator and unknown voltage. So in this case what we will do, so the potentiometer is adjustable, we can vary the potentiometer with this there is a change of the voltage. Okay, the change of voltage, due to that voltage the current flowing through indicator. Similarly, from the unknown voltage, we will connect the unknown voltage here between these two terminals, and with that the unknown voltage is also connected to the null indicator. So here in this case, this null indicator is having uh, negative, 0 and positive scale readings. So generally the scale readings are 0 and 0 to some 100, like that the scale will be there, 100 volts, 50 volts, like that. So whereas this null indicator having negative reading 0, that is null value, 0 value, and positive reading. Okay, like that we have the scale on the null indicator. So here we will compare the, here the reference voltage value we know. Okay, and from that we can adjust the value of the voltage to the potentiometer. So we will connect the unknown voltage here. So when uh, at that time we will vary the potentiometer. So until this null indicator will shows the 0 value. So when the null indicator will shows the 0 value, so it means the current from the unknown voltage and the current from the potentiometer is 0. So it means both the voltages are equal. In the null condition, when we will change this potentiometer until this indicator will shows the 0 value. It means both the both voltages are compared and make the indication is 0. So at what value of the voltage, reference voltage, this indicator shows 0, so that value will indicates the unknown voltage value. So with the reference, we will vary the reference voltage according to the unknown voltage, depending upon the null indicator value. So we will vary the potentiometer. So with that change of the voltage, when the indicator shows the 0 value, so it indicates both the unknown voltage and reference voltage both are equal. Okay. So this is the basic measurement methodology which is used to um, apply in differential voltmeters. Differential voltmeters. Okay. So generally we will consider 1 volts DC as a standard reference voltage. Generally we will use the 1 volt DC standard reference voltage. So there are reference sources will be there. So by using the GNR diode also we can get the reference sources. By using GNR diode operating in reverse bias, we will get the um, stable output voltage. So that will be also considered as a reference voltage. With that we can adjust the reference value. Okay, so generally we will consider 1 volt DC voltage as a reference source. Okay, and coming to so next one is a block diagram of an AC differential voltmeter. So again in the case of the AC means we have to convert the DC into AC voltage. So this is the basic arrangement, differential arrangement. Okay, so before that we are connected. This is the AC input, and before that we have to connect the AC to DC conversion elements. So uh, before converting to DC, we have to apply the AC input at these two terminals, and the input attenuator will be changes the values. It means we can vary the range of the AC voltage, and from there it will be AC amplifier will be amplifies the AC signal, and that AC signal will be converted into the DC converter, AC to DC converter. By using AC to DC converter, we will convert the AC to DC. So the DC voltage is now applied to the null meter, and the other side of the null meter is connected to the potentiometer, and with 1 volt reference voltage. Okay, so up to this, it is a basic measurement of the differential voltmeter. So and before that one is the all or AC to DC conversions. So here input attenuate means it will be reduces the voltage, and choosing we can choose the where we have to. So okay, so that change voltage will be connected to AC amplifier. Okay, and AC amplifier will be amplifies the signal. Uh, the gain will be increases the AC amplifier, and that increased gain signal will be converted AC to DC by rectifier. You can say it is rectified. Uh, so in the this differential voltmeters, so the differential voltmeters can be operated in three modes of operations. Differential voltmeter will be operated in three modes of operation. So first one is as a DC standard differential voltmeter, as a DC differential voltmeter, as a conventional DC voltmeter. So we can operate this differential voltmeter in three modes of operations. So DC standard, one is standard reference we will use, and another one is the DC differential voltmeter, and another one is conventional DC voltmeter. The first one is DC standard differential voltmeter. So in this, so we will see so the plot diagram of DC standard differential voltmeter. So in this case we have a reference section. So after this it is a reference section. In the reference section, so we have to use the 1 volt reference supply. 1 volt reference supply. So the generally we can use the microvolts of voltage we can measure with this arrangement. Okay. So and this is the decimal divider. So this is the feedback path, and this is low level DC amplifier. Low level DC amplifier, and this is the high gain amplifier. High gain amplifier, and this is the output control stage. Output control stage. So here, so after the high gain amplifier, we will consider a feedback path here. So this feedback path will connects to so 1 volt, 10 volts, 100 volts, 1000 volts, or 1 volt. So depending upon range selector switch, so we will select any one. So that particular voltage will be connected to decimal divider through feedback. Suppose this is 10 volts. This is 10 volts switch is connected, and with that the voltage is connected to decimal divider. So in the decimal divider, it will produce as the 1 over 10 volts. It produces the 1 over 1 by 10. So 0.1 volt is the output of the decimal divider. So it provides some ratio of the signal with the 1 volt reference and the feedback. With that, we will get the decimal divider output. Decimal divider output is connected to, so this is a very low value. So low level DC amplifier is used to increase the strength of the signal, and that will be amplified by using high gain amplifier. High gain amplifier. So until here, okay. So that will be given to output control stage. So this stage amplifiers is section. So low level amplifier, the amplifier, high gain amplifier, output control stage. These are amplifier section, and this is the reference section. So the decimal divider will provides the microvolts range of the voltage with reference to 1 volt supply. Okay. So okay. So that in that way we can provide the voltage output. So we can precision DC output we can up to 0 to 1000 volts. So generally we can get the output ranges in the control at the output of the control stage 0 to 1 volt in 1 microvolt steps in the 1 volt range, 0 to 100 volts in the 10 microvolt steps, 10 volts range. So 0 to 100 volts in 100 microvolt steps at 100 volts range. So when we connect at different stages of this voltage divider network, so we will get the different voltage ranges as then output here. So at 0 to 1000 volts, at 0 to 1000 volts range, we can obtain in steps of 1 millivolts steps. So we can choose the ranges in terms of microvolts and millivolts. And the next one is third one is DC voltmeter. It is like a general conventional DC voltmeter. So in this case, the unknown voltage is directly connected to DC voltmeter. So DC voltmeter. So here high input impedance of the unknown voltage is provided by an DC amplifier. So in between the connecting the unknown voltage to the direct meter, so there is a DC amplifier will be there. So that DC amplifier again is used as buffer stage. So it provides the high input impedance and low output impedance. With that, so we will get the high gain. So that high gain voltage will be measured using the meter. And so in the previous class we have seen the AC voltmeters using rectifiers. So AC voltmeters using rectifiers. So already we have seen the D1 and D2 diodes are connected for the basic meter. So because the AC input is converted to DC output voltage. So for that we have to use the D1. So in the positive off cycle, the diode D1 will be conducts, the current will be flows through the meter, and meter will reflect the amount of current flowing through this one. So that will be represents the amount of voltage is applied here. And if in the reverse negative half of the cycle, the diode D2 is connects and D1 is off stage. So in such situation, there is no current flowing through the meter. Okay, so this is a half-wave rectifier. You can say it is a half-wave rectifier. So in the half-wave rectifier case, uh, the only will get the uh, positive voltage only. So for negative voltage or negative voltage, we don't get any output. And for coming to this is full wave rectifier. By using full wave rectifier, um, we will get the RMS voltage and average current. For this also we will connect the multiplier in series. In some cases we will connect at the output of the rectifier, also we will connect the multimeter to get the output to get the control through the meter. Here this is a bridge rectifier circuit and which converts AC voltage into the DC voltage, and the DC voltage will be applied to the meter and due to the flow of the current, so it will be the meter will be reflects, and that value will indicates the AC input voltage. But when as the case of DC voltage, the DC voltage is not equal to the AC. The DC voltage is not equal to AC. So here we have AC voltmeter using a half wave rectifier. So whereas in AC we have RMS voltage. Okay, first of all that RMS voltage will be converted into a DC average value. DC average value. That DC average value will be applied to the meter. It indicates DC value. Okay. Suppose we have if a diode D1 is added to the DC voltmeter. Okay. it becomes as a half-wave rectifier. So the sensitivity is 1 by IFSD. Already we know that full scale deflection current is nothing but inverse of the full scale deflection current is the sensitivity of the meter. So that is in this case IFSD is 1 millivolt is given, milliamperes is given, and from that we will get the 1 kilo ohms of the sensitivity. So here a multiple of 10 times this value means 10 volt. This input would cause exactly full scale deflection. Here, so we are applying here input to AC voltage is 10 volts RMS voltage is applied across these two terminals, and here we are connected a series resistance of 10 kilo ohms. Okay, so for peak value of 10 volts RMS sine wave, peak value of 10 volts RMS sine wave, the peak value is, so we have to find the peak value is 10 volts RMS into 1.414. So from that we will get the 14.14 volts of peak voltage. The DC will respond to the average value of the AC input. Therefore, peak value E average is equals peak value 0.636. We will get 8.99 volts. For the value, the average value over the entire cycle is one half of the average value of the 8.9 volts. That is above to 4.5 volts. Therefore, the potentiometer will the point will deflect for a full scale of 10 volts DC is applied, and 4.5 when 10 volts RMS sinusoidal signal is applied. Okay, so here the full scale deflection is 4.5 volts when 10 volts RMS sinusoidal signal is applied. For that value of 10 volts RMS voltage, the meter will be reflects for the 4.5 volts, and EDC is equals to DC voltage is equals to 0.45 into ERMS. The value of the multiplier resistor can be calculated as RS is equals to EDC by IDC minus RM. So with this we will calculate this multiplier resistor. And we have a problem, that is calculate the value of the multiplier resistor for a 10 volts RMS range. For a 10 volts RMS range, we have to calculate the VDC as shown in figure. So first of all, we will calculate the sensitivity. For the sensitivity, we will get the 1 kilo ohms, and so for this figure we have to find the 10 volts RMS. For input of 10 volts RMS range, find the multiplier resistance. So here STC is equals to STC into range minus RM. So 1 kilo ohm is the sensitivity, and range is 0.45 volts into 10 volts minus 200 ohms, and with that you will get the RS value. So this is the another method. So 0.45 into ERMS by 1 milliamperes minus RM. So we have two methods solving of that one. Okay, and second one is AC voltmeter using full wave rectifier. So for this circuit we will use the bridge rectifier, and peak value of 10 volts RMS signal. So what is the value of peak value? So peak value is 1.414 into RMS. So this is the peak value, and average value is 0.636 into E peak, and so that we will get 9 volts. So we can see that a 10 volts RMS voltage is equal to 9 volts DC. So we are applying here, it is a 10 volts RMS voltage, but we are getting 9 volts DC as the output of the rectifier for full scale reflection. So it is only showing 9. It is showing. It is showing only 90% of the full scale. So this meter is showing only 90% of the full scale. So sensitivity of AC using bridge rectifier is 0.9 into sensitivity of the DC. So that's why the value which is obtained in the meter is not same as the 10 volts range, because there is a reduction in the voltage which represents uh, which represents the DC only. So we have to convert the AC voltage equivalent to the DC value. So that will shows the representation of AC. Coming to multi-range voltmeters. Multi-range voltmeters. So in this multi-range, like in DC voltmeters, in AC voltmeters also we can have the option. We can choose the multi ranges of the applied voltages. So here we will apply the AC input voltage, and this is the switch. So with this we will connect 2.5 volts, 10 volts, 50 volts, 250 volts and 1000 volts range. So, and here we are using the off air rectifier here. Off air rectifier is connected to the meter. Okay. So with this, the depending upon the applied input voltage range, so this switch is selected according to the particular point. Suppose I want to measure in between 100 volts, so I will choose in this range. It means point is connected to 250 volts point. So from there the voltage will be, the current will flow, passes through these resistors, and it will reaches to the meter, and meter will indicate the amount of the voltage is applied, because here we are using the diodes, and these diodes will be converts the AC input voltage into DC voltage, and that voltage will be reflects in the meters.